This video is brought to you by Grandeur Warranty, your #1 online source for factory-backed extended warranties in the country. Oh yes, what we have here is the brand new F-150 Lobo, and Ford says they've just recreated the street truck. In my mind, it also means it's a street performance truck, but is it really? I need your help with this. Let's take this new truck for a first drive together, and I want to hear from you. What makes a performance or a street truck in your mind? I know in my mind it's about 5 things. First, style, then sound, then power, then utility, and finally style. Yes, doubling down on style. And let's start with this exterior walk around on this truck. I'm here in Detroit, just around the Detroit Auto Show. Pardon my hat, I'm a little bit chilly right now. But Ford, with this particular package, they went after style in several different ways. First, let's look at the shoes or the boots of this truck. They put these unique 22-inch wheels that are blacked out, and I like the chrome lug bolts right here. I think it sets it off just pretty nicely. Then they gave this truck a brand new grille or unique distinct style, because this white LED signature kind of runs along all the way through. Let me actually turn on the lights just for a second so you could see it just briefly. Yes, that signature running through. I think that's a really sharp and distinctive look, because it separates it from the other F-150s, separates it from the Tremor and the Raptor trucks. Those are the off-road models, of course. They also gave it a low body kit, so a big grille here, some chin spoilers, and also wrapping around all the way with kind of the side skirt, which is, I think, really well done, and then going all the way down to this body part and also the bed, finishing up with this painted bumper and a dual exhaust system that you just heard. You could see these dual pipes. And also this rapid red color, I think, really makes this truck stand out. It's now looking really, really sharp. But I think there's a small issue, because, like I said, we're doubling down on style. So this truck has a level look. So if we pull back a little bit, this truck looks level, which I love, but there's still a little bit too much space between the tire and the fender. So, I don't know, there's like 8 fingers, 7 fingers in the back, and let's see in the front. Yeah, just about the same. So it is level, but I think if I'm thinking about a really mean looking street truck, I want to see it sitting down a little bit further. They lowered the back about 2 inches to make it nice and level. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. You already kind of heard the sound of it. This 5-liter V8. Well, let's take a look at the V8 under the hood. By the way, check out the hood. It's got these vents here. There's a little bit of stuff on it. There's these vents which remind me a little bit of a Tremor hood, and they are functioning. I think there's a little bit of a pathway for the air to escape, but underneath here is a 5-liter Coyote. And so we got style, we got sound, and we've got power. Well, we do have 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque from this well-known engine. Actually, TFL Studios, TFL Truck, we own a 2025 F-150 Tremor with this exact powertrain. But what I wanted to see in the Lobo, because it also joins their Maverick Lobo kind of street truck lineup that they're trying to grow for Ford trucks, I wanted a special power plant. I wanted it with a little bit more power. Yes, I know there's a Ford Performance supercharger that you could put on at the dealership for about 12,000 bucks and make this a 700 horsepower beast. Yes, you could do that if you have extra cash. But I wanted this kind of a stock Lobo to have a little bit more special punch. But let me know what you think in the comments below. We'll take it for a drive and see how the suspension feels in just a moment. But I kind of wanted a little bit more punch out of it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, before I show you the interior, let's talk about capability a little bit more, because utility is important. This is still a pickup truck. So payload, let's take a look. This is a four-wheel drive truck with all-wheel drive transfer case. 1,551 pounds. Really not bad. Pretty good for this truck. This truck is based on a STX model, which is a step above the work truck. So it does have cloth seats with this kind of neon green yellow stitching. So it's not a very highly optioned truck, and I'll tell you the price just in a few minutes on this package and this truck, the way it sits here. And towing, according to Ford, is 7,900 pounds. And you can see the hitch is not too far off the ground right here, because it is lower than the back. And the 7-pin connector is here in the bumper, which is a great place for it to be. And there's a 4-pin connector for depending on what your trailer is. So 7,900 pounds is not a lot, but I would wager enough for most jobs. For example, my wife and I have a ski boat that with a trailer weighs about 6,000 pounds, and this truck would do a great job at that. This is kind of a base way it's set up, so it's not bedlined. That would be another about 600 bucks or so. And it doesn't have any lights, any tie downs, special tie downs. It does have 4 base ones around. You can kind of see it at the bottom there. And it has cubbies on both sides, little storage cubbies here, maybe for some straps and whatnot. But if you wanted to equip this bed for your jobs, you would have to spend more money, obviously. Buying cleats, buying bed liner, stuff like that. This is also not damped tailgate, but it's really light. It's got assist, so it's very easy to close just with one motion. It's also only comes as a crew cab, so you cannot choose the cab configuration like a super cab extended one or a 2-door cab. Super crew cab is the only way you can get it. So now let's jump on the inside and let's see what other style and features we have in there. All right, let's step inside and warm up a little bit. I'm gonna start the engine. So because it's kind of based on a little bit more basic truck, we do have a key, which is not a bad thing. It's a little bit more traditional, a little bit more, maybe in the long run, makes more sense. We start the engine so we can get the heater going just a little bit more. I am from Colorado, so I'm not used to a lot of humidity here in Detroit area, and so it makes it a little bit colder. So the interior here is fairly basic, kind of a little bit monotone. There's not a lot of colors. You can see a little bit of different like shiny materials versus not, and there's a little bit of silver around the vents. The steering wheel is basic, kind of a plastic unit. I don't mind it, but if Roman was here and the rest of the TFL crew, I think they would be kind of commenting that the steering wheel is kind of very basic. I think it's just fine because it also has my thumb holds. I'm okay with it. I've got a column shift, 10-speed automatic, so I have all those things. And like I was saying, this does have a pretty fancy transfer case. So you have 2 high, obviously, 4 high, 4 low, and 4 wheel drive auto. Can you see that? It's over here. And when I turn this to sport, the all-wheel drive mode auto engages. Ford has been doing this for quite some time. So when I'm switching to sport, goes into 4 auto, you can kind of see it at the corner here. And sometimes I don't want that, right? So since right now I don't want it, it's really dry, I select too high and I remain in sport mode. And then if I feel a little bit adventurous, I'm also can turn on traction control and advanced track off. Maybe I want to squirt the tires a little bit. But here's where I wish Ford would have switched it up a little bit more. I wish they would have given it a special Lobo mode. So in the Maverick Lobo, they have a couple of kind of unique configurations. There's a little bit of a drift mode and such. Here it's just the driver's right foot, and that's pretty much all you can do, which is also pretty cool because Ford is kind of letting the driver control the vehicles themselves. But I wish there was a little bit more pizzazz maybe on the inside, maybe special logos or special modes to kind of get you a little bit more in that adventurous, fun street mood. All right, now let's start driving. And when you do spend a lot of money on a brand new pickup truck or any car or SUV, you want to know that you're protected maybe for the life of your financing deal, your loan, or even if you pay cash for something like this. So you have to check out our friends at GrangerWarranty.com. Why? Well, because you can save some money, get that factory-backed extended warranty for the long haul, because it goes up to 4, 5, 6 years, maybe more in some cases. You could select which items you want to protect and then be sure that OEM quality parts are used at a certified location like a dealership all the way across the country to fix your vehicle. So check it out. You can save some money doing it. All right, well, finally, let's take it on a first drive. Let's see what it's like. Let me give it a tiny bit of juice and see what it does. Yes, it will spin its wheels, tires, especially in two-wheel drive mode. In all-wheel drive mode, I think that's the most effective way to accelerate because you have all the traction of the all-wheel drive system. So as soon as the computer senses a little bit of slip in the back, it will also put some power to the front. I really like that they gave it the more fancy transfer case in this particular truck, because normally in a work truck XL or STX, you don't get that. You basically get a little bit more basic 4 high, 4 low setup. So all-wheel drive setting on this one, I think, is a great upgrade for this package. All right, pulling onto Michigan Avenue in Dearborn, Michigan. Very close to the headquarters of Ford. Oh yeah, you know what? I think the sound element of this truck is there. I mean, if it was an EcoBoost, you wouldn't hear all the kind of burps and sounds that this 5-liter makes. Let me do one more. Wow, I don't know if you saw that, but it's got a 7,000 RPM rev limiter, and it actually goes there, especially in sport mode. And that's why I think a lot of enthusiasts really like this engine. It's because it's high revving and it's pretty friendly with a supercharger. So over the years, hundreds of thousands of these trucks have been supercharged because they've been building this 5-liter for quite a long time. Of course, this is the latest iteration of that. So this truck technically came out as a 2025 model, which is what this is. And then, of course, 2026, the Lobo continues. So the next question I have is, how does it handle? So it's a little bit lower, maybe not a lot lower in the front than a normal F-150, but it's quite a bit lower in the back. So the center of mass, center of gravity should be a little bit, tiny bit lower, but it's not meant to be a Mustang, right? It's not a sports car. So, oh, there's a Hemi Durango nearby. He wants to play. Of course, we're on a public road. All right, so I don't have a lot of twisties. Let me try to get on the highway here and get a couple of twists under my belt. All right, here's a twisty. So this is far from a performance long-term review. This is just the first drive. Kind of making this turn, and there's another one coming up. A little more, a little slip, and this truck does let you play around. I gotta tell you, yeah, I mean, gosh, I mean, there's not a lot of precision feeling in the steering wheel. This is not a Mustang GTD, but I think you could have some fun with it, and the ride also has to be comfortable. So remember, yes, double down on style. You got the sound. The power is there, but I always want more power. And utility, I think, is still there because the bed is pretty easy to get into. It's got a lot of payload, and it's got a decent towing rating. So that's the first drive. And now finally, let's close with pricing because I've kept you waiting long enough. So the price on the package like this, the way you see it here, is just over $60,000, around 62. But right now, there are a couple of discounts you can get. So maybe a couple grand, at least from Ford. So this is sitting at 60. And then, of course, you can wheel and deal at a local dealership. Here's a Monroney, just to kind of show you the efficiency, the ratings on this engine, which is actually pretty impressive based on how big this truck is. I don't have a price here because this vehicle is a loan vehicle, not for sale. But you can kind of see it here. Electronic rear locker, 373. Rear axle, Lobo package 22s. Emissions, of course, are all there. So that's kind of what this truck looks like. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. For about $60K, maybe a better deal you can find. Is this a street truck that you would lust after and want to buy? Or would you change a few things similar to what I was talking about? Or maybe not. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining me. Check out oldtfl.com for everything automotive in one place. And come back to the website, tfltruck.com and oldtfl.com for complete coverage from Detroit Auto Show 2026. Thank you.